Hi everyone. Today, Colleen, Brianna, and I will try to answer the question, what is art, with some help from Heidegger. To begin, let's start with the problem that Heidegger diagnosed in his technology essay, nihilism, which is the reduction of the meaning of being to one meaning. It's important that we understand that the origin of this nihilism is in thought itself, because when we think about or perceive a thing, we think about what it is for, or in other words, its telos, which is its utility. So, thought is intertwined with instrumental use. But art is what allows us to get beyond that and still think, because it can unveil the reality of things that we cannot think, see, or perceive with our senses. Nihilism is the concealing of concealment, but art reveals this concealment. Further, art provides a different way of conceiving of being, which is not utilitarian, but rather embraces the sacred, holy, concealed dimensions of existence. In revealing things beyond utility, it discloses and sometimes creates a world of meaning. I'll hand it off to Brianna to elaborate on this idea.
As Amanda stated, artwork shows things beyond utility, and through revealing that, it discloses the world. However, there is a difference between good works of art and great works of art. Good works of art disclose a world where, in this case, a world is a context full of meaning, and thus it illuminates meaning. However, great works of art create worlds and thus create meaning. While artworks are interpretations of things, and people can have many different interpretations, Heidegger actually thinks that's a good thing, because these interpretations don't necessarily take away anything from the artwork, but only add meaning to it. The issue he has with science is that it is only one type of interpretation of the world, and that interpretation is thus used to control it. In contrast, artworks disclose almost an innumerable amount of valid and meaningful truths about the world. Furthermore, this tension between earth and world is disclosed in the artwork. Like I said before, world signifies meaning or possibilities, and earth is an actual thing we experience, but we can't fully think it. There's a concealed dimension of existence in earth, and that's why we're not able to fully think it. And sometimes people refer to someone singing a song or some kind of artwork as having an earthy quality, and what that means is that they can't fully pinpoint what it is, but there's something about it that's unique. For example, if Colleen, Amanda, and I were going to cover the song Somebody Else by the 1975, it definitely wouldn't have that same earthy quality as the original, and we definitely would not sound as good. Therefore, not only do artworks disclose disclosure, which discloses being as the process of revealing and concealing, but artworks also reveal concealing itself by revealing this tension between earth and world. This tension gets at the beautiful and is similar to that which is and that which is not in tension with which are in tension with one another, and that's being showing itself as that conflict.
I'm going to build upon what Amanda and Brianna just talked about, but specifically, I'm going to talk about the experience of art. So, art is the disclosure of truth, the illumination of being with a Y, truth revealing itself. It was otherwise concealed, but now it is opening up to us. So, this type of experience is somewhat religious or sacred. And that's because what we are experiencing the beautiful. It's this tension between earth world, as Bree mentioned. And from that tension, the beauty just kind of seeps through, and we're just filled with emotion or whatever it is, that type of reaction we have when we experience art. So we are looking at a thing, but it's so much more than just a thing. It's so much more than its utility, because it is saturated with meaning that is seemingly calling for interpretation. So in experiencing art, we are open to a new perspective, which could otherwise not have been gained because of that concealment. Art, then, is anything that expresses this truth, that reveals being, whether this be through language, poetry, music, or what we typically think of as art as paintings or sculptures. But it's anything that reveals that truth to us and connects us to the beautiful. And we have this experience that we almost can't even put into words, because it's so much more than our utilitarian way of thinking. Thanks.